Yesterday, the vestry of St. Mary's was hard at work. We had a work session, went from 9 to 1, and we talked about the organization of the parish, looking over the bylaws, the structure of ministry here. But before we got into that, we did a little icebreaker that I called Truth, Truth, Whopper. And everybody on the vestry was supposed to come up with 2 things that were true about themselves and 1 thing that was not. And Mary Deardorff, who's the current senior warden, she kind of joked around and said, all right, whoever stumps everybody is going to be the senior warden next year. We had one person that did, and she was really terrified. But, stumped everybody. And when I read these lessons for today, I thought, wow, there's a couple of whoppers in there. And I don't know which one strains my ability to believe in it more than the other. The one from Acts or the reading from John. In John we have basically a person that's dead and in the grave that's showing up, evidently walking through walls or closed doors. Everybody gets really scared and says, well, look, it's me. And of course Thomas is there saying, no, don't buy it, because he wasn't there for Jesus when he showed up. But then in that first reading, it's a story about genuine communism. Not Marxist communism, but genuine communism, where a community comes together with the intent to live in an egalitarian manner, regardless of the capabilities of individual members. All the goods, all the wealth is brought and distributed from a central location as needed. Now, you really believe that happened? It's been tried, and according to Acts, that was successful. That kind of strains my credulity. Can that happen? And that points out my lack of faith. Because that's what these stories are about. And I don't think even the lesson from the gospel is so much about, don't you believe in Jesus, Thomas? That's not the point of doubt that Thomas has. Who tells him about Jesus? The community around him. He chooses not to believe them. No, I'm not taking this from you because I don't trust you. And trust is another word for faith. I don't have faith in your word. For all I know, you probably sat up here and drank wine and had some kind of hallucination. No, I'd have to see this for myself. I can't believe you. And that makes me wonder, if that's the kind of dynamic that's going on in that community, how did they get to the place in Acts where they have enough faith and trust in each other to just give up everything and trust the community? Well, the way that I have to deal with faith is this way, especially in a community. Do I have to start out with, do I really trust you? Or you, or you, or you, or you? Can I really trust? No, the first person that I need to learn to trust is myself. Can I faithfully live in a community like the one mentioned in Acts? Can I give up my desires and wants that's beyond my needs? Do I want to? I'm not too sure that I have that level of faith. So in many ways, this first lesson is a real challenge to my faith. It's a tangled web. So if I don't have faith in myself, then I'm going to project that on you, and you, and you, and you. So why should I trust you? And then we end up in a world where everybody has concealed weapon permits. Because we don't trust anybody, and everybody's out to get us, and we get really paranoid. What are we going to do to untangle ourselves from that web of doubt and rise with Christ to the place of faith? I think the answer is there in the Gospel of John. Jesus breathed on them and said, and this is another way to translate this, receive the sacred breath. Jesus does this to send them out, not into a world that's already egalitarian, but into a world that is caught in that web of distrust, disbelief, and lack of faith. Carrying the sacred breath, which blows across my heart and your heart, and if I allow it in, it'll blow away those tangled cobwebs and take me to the place of resurrection.